5 most insane prison escapes in history. What can you expect from a bunch of hardened criminals who got nothing but tons of free time, illicit connections, creativity, and a dose of desperation to get out of prison? That's right, Prison Break. Here are 5 of the most insane prison escapes in history. Some of these incidents were just so badass, movies were made about them. Number 5. Escape from Alcatraz. When people think of prison escape, they almost automatically relate it to the Great Escape in Alcatraz. In 1962, the infamous trio, Frank Lee Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin, escaped from what was thought to be the most inescapable prison place that time, the Alcatraz Island, better known then as The Rock. Tough iron jail bars, 12 to 15 cell checks per day, and the fact that the place is surrounded by the cold waters of the San Francisco Bay, it was indeed almost impossible to get out of the island. Almost. What Morris and company did was to drill their way into an unused service corridor, which also happened to be an unguarded section of the facility. From there, they gained access to a ventilation shaft which led to the roof. They then scaled through a fence and down through the lakeshore, where they assembled a raft out of raincoats. Even up to now, no one knows the whereabouts of the 3 escaped prisoners from Alcatraz. The movie, Escape from Alcatraz, was based on this incident. Number 4. Get to the choppa! Have you ever heard those moments when you did something cool and you have to do it again, just to feel its hype one more time? The French criminal Pascal Payet did exactly that. Payet was given a 30-year sentence in France's Lugnes prison, but he's having none of that. In 2001, he escaped from the place with help of some friends who hijacked a helicopter and picked him up from the roof. Emboldened by the success of his first attempt, he returned to the same prison via a helicopter in 2003 and helped jailbreak 3 of his former inmates. After the breakout, Payet was captured. The authorities have learned this time and decided to move him to different prisons every 3 months. For 4 years, it worked, until one hot summer day of 2007, a helicopter, once again, swooped Payet out of the Grassy prison in southeast France. Payet was eventually recaptured in Spain. He now holds the record for having the most number of prison escapes by helicopter. Number 3. Mama to the rescue. Nothing can stop a mother from helping her child escape from any situation, not even prison bars or walls. J. Jr. Sigler's mother proved this by literally fetching the inmate who was serving a 20-year sentence for armed robbery at the Everglades Correctional Institution in 1998. The mom in question, Sandra Sigler, employed the help of 3 more other accomplices who drove a gigantic 18-wheeler truck and rammed it through 4 prison fences. Following close was a Cutlass Supreme driven by Sandra. Junior and those from the truck jumped into Sandra's car and hightailed it out of the complex. Right after the prison bust, the group separated into 2 convoys, with Jay and a friend in one car, while Sandra and the rest of the crew in another. A citywide police chase ensued, which resulted in the arrest of Mrs. Sigler and her partners. Meanwhile, Jay was killed when their vehicle slammed into an oncoming car. Number 2. El Chapo's Great Escapes. El Chapo's ability to elude capture and escape any prison has become so well known that people from Mexico and around the world are now actually impressed by it. Joaquin Guzman Loera, the former leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, has managed to escape from high-level security prisons not once, but twice. Many believed that with his money and power, he might be able to pull it off again. He did it first in 2001 by climbing into a laundry cart, which was then pushed outside by a couple of bribed jail guards. It took the combined forces of Mexican and American authorities 13 years before they caught him again in 2014. Merely 17 months after his recapture, the sneaky El Chapo escaped again. This time, he did so by accessing an escape tunnel underneath the prison. The underground passageway was built especially for his use. The world couldn't believe their eyes when they saw how elaborate the tunnel was. It had lighting, ventilation, and motorized transport vehicle running along the mile-long tracks. El Chapo was once again recaptured in Mexico in 2016 and was then later extradited to the United States, where he now awaits to be sentenced. And number 1, the Korean Houdini. Choi Gap-bok's prison story is even more than worthy to be mentioned in this list. The South Korean inmate, who was convicted in 2012 for robbery charges, was neither a powerful man nor someone of immense wealth. He doesn't even have outside connections to help him in his great escape. What he simply had is physical prowess. The 50-year-old convict happened to be a highly skilled yoga master. He had been practicing the art for more than 2 decades already, and surprisingly, one of the proving grounds of his skills includes prisons. What he did was to literally bend himself out of shape in order to fit and slip through a tiny foot slot found at the bottom of his cell. The gap only measures 5.9 inches tall and 17.7 inches wide. Not even a small kid could squeeze through it. But Choi apparently did it, and it only took him a measly 34 seconds. The guards were sleeping when he did the stunt. The now famous Korean Houdini was caught 6 days later. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.